Hello, my name is Beverly Brown. I am the Director of Secondary Partnerships at Oakland Community College. And on behalf of our Chancellor, Peter Provenzano, I want to welcome you to the College and High School Power Hour. And first, I have a few housekeeping items. By remaining in this webinar, you consent to recording of the presentation along with the Q&A at the end. That way, if you miss the presentation, people can access it later on. Also, at the end of the webinar, we're going to be providing all the people that registered with a link so that you can access our contact information. You will be able to access a copy of the recorded presentation and things that we show in the slide deck. So don't worry about that. Our Power Hour will consist of comments from our 3 valued partners at OCC who are in the early middle college space. Plus, you'll hear from testimonials from real students and all of those people who have benefited from college and high school experiences. Following the live and recorded testimonials, we'll entertain questions and answers from our virtual audience, and we'll do that in the last 20 minutes of our program. The topics for the evening will include these three items: the art of articulation, then we'll delve into dual enrollment, and then finally, we'll talk about entering early middle college. And by the way, next week is National Early Middle College Week, in case you didn't know. Next slide. Our 3 primary speakers this evening will be Ashley Larkin, who is the head of school for Oakland Early College. Next, we'll hear from Jim Troost, who is the coordinator for Oakland Accelerated College Experience, more affectionately known as Oakland ACE. And then we will hear from Ben Morin, who coordinates the Oakland Technical Early College. So those are our 3 main presenters. I want to start out, though, by defining what articulation is. Articulation is basically a method of granting college-level course credit for skills and learning accomplished as a part of secondary school instruction. Now, OCC has articulation agreements with 17 school districts and 55 different CTE areas. Now, let's hear from a student who actually took advantage of articulated credit through Oakland Technical Early College.
I definitely saved a lot of time and money through this program. Obviously, I saved 2 years going through the program. I didn't have to wait until after high school to start my college experience. Money, oh my goodness, just an astronomical amount through textbooks and just materials required for the course and the courses themselves. Having the grant take care of all of those was super beneficial and super helpful. Yeah, I guess that's about it. It just a lot of time and money saved, which I am very thankful for.
So you heard Garrett talk about it being super helpful and beneficial, and he saved lots of money. Now let's hear from a student from Pontiac who is going to talk about dual enrollment.
Hi, my name is Sakura Simmons. I'm a sophomore and I attend International Technology Academy. And I'm also a dual enrollment student. So as far as me being enrolled into dual enrollment, I think it gave me a good opportunity to get ahead in my college career. It gives me a chance to seek out a college degree sooner rather than later, which I really appreciate. And it doesn't seem like it's too much work for me as well, because I only have to take 1 class every semester, but it does take a lot of commitment. In addition to that, it's a pretty good experience. Like, I learned a lot, and it sort of reminds me of my high school classes, except it's a little more laid back, because I don't really know why. I guess it's probably because the college teachers are more used to their line of work and they're with the older crowd, so they act differently. But yeah, me being a dual enrollment student is just giving me a chance to seek out higher education at a younger age, and that is something I really appreciate, because I'd like to be a high school graduate with my diploma in addition to a degree, a college degree, which I am working on getting in global studies.
And we want to thank Garrett and Sakura for those testimonials about their experience with articulation and dual enrollment at Oakland Community College. Next slide. So how much can you save by participating in dual enrollment? Well, we wanted to put together a little chart here to give you an idea. For a computer programming class, for example, which is equivalent to a CIS 1420 class at OCC, you can save about $390. With a graphic design class, which is equivalent to our introduction to graphics, you can save about $410. And for marketing, sales and service and computer aided design, you can save about $520 each. So that's tuition and books. So the money can add up pretty quickly. Next slide. Now, if you want to apply for dual enrollment, there is a spot on our website that you can go to that is labeled high school CTE credit. This is basically for articulation. And we want to remind those students who are applying for articulation to click on that little button where you see the red arrow. If you're a current student and you want to request credit for articulation that you've earned while you were in high school for your CTE class, make sure you claim that credit after you arrive at OCC. A lot of students forget to claim that credit, but you've earned it, so we want to make sure that it does show up on your transcript. Next slide, please. Now let's talk about a little bit more about dual enrollment. Dual enrollment is actually a special program that's been around since 1996, and it allows high school students to take courses at the same time that they're enrolled in high school, take college courses at the same time they're enrolled in high school. Students can take up to 10 college courses while they're in high school. And if they're in early middle college, they can take even more. Usually the school district will pay for your dual enrollment coursework. Next slide. So why should you take dual enrollment classes if you're a high school student? Well, as you heard Garrett talk about earlier, you can save thousands of dollars in tuition. You can get a head start with your college credits, and it can help you to succeed in college or university. It will also allow you to take more challenging coursework while you're still in high school. And if your high school doesn't offer a certain class, you might be able to take that class at OCC. You can get that college training and experience on how to become a college student even before you become a traditional college freshman at a four-year university. So it's a great experience for you to take dual enrollment classes. Next slide. We wanted to give you a snapshot of the top 20 most popular classes for dual enrollment at Oakland Community College. You can see that most students take Composition 1. There are also courses in sociology, orientation to college, interpersonal communication, general chemistry, beginning Spanish, calculus 3, and statistics. So those are some pretty challenging classes. Now, think about the money that you can save. All of these classes added together total about 70 total credit hours. That is the equivalent to more than $7,000 in savings. Think about that, $7,000 in savings before you even graduate from high school. That's pretty significant. Next slide. Now let's hear a little bit about early middle colleges. Our first presenter is Ashley Larkin, and she's the head of school for Oakland Early College. Ashley, take it away.
Thank you, Dr. Brown. I'm incredibly appreciative to have the opportunity to speak to you all tonight about the wonderful world of Oakland Early College. And I know that my colleagues will also explain their wonderful programs as well. So Oakland Early College is a hybrid high school that combines the best elements of the high school world with the college world. We are a standalone early college, and we are part of West Bloomfield School District. All students that reside within an Oakland County school district are able to apply for OEC, and they would come in as a school of choice student. Students that are currently in 8th, 9th, or 10th grade can apply. All students must have completed Algebra 1 in order to apply. We exist on OCC's Orchard Ridge campus in Farmington Hills. Like I said, we're a standalone early college, so we do have our own building on campus. Next slide, please. As you can see from the slide here, and what you'll learn about all early colleges is that students attend for an additional 13th grade year. So here you can see an outline of what each grade level year would look like. And you can see the blend between high school courses and college courses that our students would take. At the bottom, you see that students have a credit range that is provided to them for each semester. That is the total number of credits that they can take at the college level each semester. The first number airing on the minimum number of credits that a student can take, and then the later number, the maximum number of credits a student can take. What you'll notice about our schedule throughout the years is that as students progress through the program, they will end up taking less high school classes and adding more college classes into their schedules. At the end of their 13th grade year, our students will graduate with a high school diploma and either a significant number of transferable credits towards an undergraduate degree. Many of our students earn an associate's degree as well. Next slide, please. At OEC, our three pillars are college, culture, and community. And so with the college pillar, aside from the dual enrollment aspect where our students are able to take classes at the college level, we also have our students blended into that college environment and fully immersed within OCC. Our students have taken on leadership roles in student government, performing arts, and various student organizations. In terms of culture, we truly try to build a family at OEC. We want our students to feel like it is a second family and a second home for them. Everything that we do is intentional to ensure that we are building positive relationships and that we're building a place where people want to be. We have embedded community time into our schedule, and that's a time where we as a program take field trips off-site. Not so much right now because of the pandemic, but in the future, we will definitely be doing that. We have taken field trips to the apple orchard, bowling, roller skating. And we do those things because it's important that we are building the team and bringing joy into education. Our application process really allows us to ensure that not only is OEC the right fit for your student, but that your student is also the right fit for OEC so that we're able to maintain that culture. And finally, our pillar of community. Full disclosure, we believe that giving back is a habit. We expect our students to be giving back to their community. And so we engage our students in service learning opportunities throughout the entire school year. Next slide, please. So this slide outlines our application process. We are currently accepting applications for the fall of 2021. Applications are due by July 15th, and we do have limited spots available. The first step you would want to take is to go to the Oakland Early College website and complete the pre-application. After that step, you would call the number that you see on your screen to schedule a family meeting. Family meetings can be done at any time. Right now, they are taking place via Zoom, and that family meeting would be a meeting with me as the head of school to provide you more information on OEC. We typically have students shadow. At this time, we are not having students shadow because of COVID-19. However, we will send you some virtual shadow videos that you can view. After that, there is a formal application that needs to be completed as well as an interview process. And again, you would call that number to schedule the interview, and interviews are for student applicants only. Next slide, please. This link will take you to our website. Under the admissions tab, you will find all the information you need about applying to Oakland Early College. Next slide, please. So when we think about where our students go once they finish their 13th grade year, you can see a variety of schools on this list. These are all places that our students have gone to in previous years. You can see everything from public and state schools to private schools to HBCUs to Ivy League and even MIT. 92% of our students in 2020 went on to a four-year university, and 42% of our students earned an associate's degree in 2020. Our students really have a great benefit of being exposed to the college world before even attending at the university level, and so it really is a great program. And now you'll hear from a 2020 graduate of OEC, Charlene Lashbrook, who is actually giving her testimony from her dorm room at Michigan State University.
Hi, I'm Charlene Lashbrook. I am a current Michigan State student, and I went to Oakland Early College when I was in 10th grade through 13th grade. So coming into OEC as a 10th grader, I felt the impact immediately because my teachers actually wanted to know me. They wanted to get to know who I was as a person, a student, and how they could make me the best student I could ever be. They also focus on helping me get to my end game goal, whether it's a university like I am currently at, or some people wanted to go straight into a trade. They really form their work and their material, and even the school as a general is formed to help its students get to where they want to be, no matter where that is. OEC has formed me as a student because it's allowed me to gain a little bit of the college experience while having the support of a high school environment. And so I was able to take my more challenging college classes, take some of the work for that, and have my high school teachers help me. And it made me really comfortable in asking for help now that I am at Michigan State. My overall OEC experience is something that I would never give up. It was a great thing for me because I didn't feel challenged at my current at my previous high school. And then I also was able to be in a smaller environment and make closer relationships with my peers and my teachers than I ever would have been able to do at a typical high school. If you're thinking about doing OEC, I would say do it. OEC is something that is a little bit of a risk. It's something where you don't take the typical path, but it's so much fun. It's going to help you in your future, and it's going to prepare you for wherever you want to be in life. And so just do it.
So as you heard from Charlene, OEC is really a wonderful place to be, and we hope that some of you are considering it. And with that said, I now have the great pleasure of introducing Jim Troost from Oakland ACE. Take it away, Jim.
Thank you, Ashley. Hello, everyone. Glad to be here and have this opportunity to tell you about the Oakland ACE program. Next slide, please. Oakland ACE stands for Accelerated College Experience. I always like to start by explaining the word accelerated. Accelerated is used here in the sense that this program accelerates students into college. So starting in 11th grade, we have students splitting their time between their home high school and classes at OCC. It's not accelerated in the sense that this is an honors program or a program for elite students. This is a program for any student that wants to get started on their college coursework early. Students need to be currently in 10th grade to apply to start in the fall of 11th grade. Applicants need to come from a participating Oakland County high school. So if you're not sure if your high school participates, a student should check with their counseling office. And students need to be up to date as far as graduation requirements, and then they are welcome to apply. Next slide, please. So a difference between Oakland ACE and the Oakland Early College that you just heard about is students remain at their home high school in 11th and 12th grades, taking classes at the high school in the morning and at OCC in the afternoon or evenings, whenever they choose to schedule them. But it's a 3-year program. So being an early college program, by definition, that means there's an extra year added on as a high school student. However, that 5th year of high school is spent as a full-time student at OCC. So it's a high school student in name, but in all appearances, the student's full-time OCC student. Over the course of the 3-year program, students wrap up their high school graduation requirements while gradually transitioning to full-time college status and have the potential to earn as much as an associate degree. Next slide. Students get a variety of results from the program. It depends on a lot of factors, how many credits a student earns. There is the potential to earn enough credits to walk away with an associate degree from OCC at the same time they earn their high school diplomas. To do that, students have to make some decisions early. Students need to take the necessary courses and pass them all. About a little less than half of our graduates come away with associate degrees. The majority of Oakland ACE students earn between 40 and 60 credits for transfer to four-year institutions. At a minimum, students can earn the 30 credits that make up the Michigan transfer agreement. 9 courses, 30 credits that all of the state schools have agreed to accept as their general education requirements. As you heard with Oakland Early College, most of our graduates go on to four-year college, but some choose to enter the workforce at the conclusion of the program. Part of the program is doing career exploration and job shadowing, and sometimes they're job shadowing and they find a job. So they go off into the world of work. Next slide, please. So the program breaks down this way. It's a 3-year program. 11th grade is 3 classes each semester at the high school, 2 classes each semester at the college. In 12th grade, it just flips. There's more college and less high school. 2 classes at the high school, 3 classes each semester at the college. And then the 3rd year, it's all college, 4 or 5 classes each semester at OCC. Now, I should mention that in addition to their high school and college classes, students attend a weekly seminar for an hour and a half each week where we deliver our, provide our support for their success, deliver a college success curriculum, monitor the progress in their classroom, do that career exploration that we talked about, and the seminar gives the students an opportunity to network with their fellow students from around the county who are doing the same thing they are. Next slide, please. It wouldn't be an early college program if it didn't provide support. We're required by the state of Michigan to provide support. This is what, besides the quantity of credits, this is what makes early college distinguishable from simple dual enrollment. Dual enrollment students are signed up for high school students, and they go and they are signed up for college classes, and they go and they take their classes. In early college programs, we're there at the college with them, and we are providing wraparound supports, steering them to existing supports provided by OCC, but also providing some additional supports from ACE staff. So there's the seminar that I already mentioned where we're monitoring, mentoring, advising, but there's also, we lean heavily on OCC's counseling staff, professional counselors for assistance with all things related to scheduling, transfer, planning, all of that. OCC has academic support centers on each campus where students can receive free tutoring in most of their classes, writing support, math support, etc. And to get students off to a good start, we have a summer orientation program before the fall of 11th grade, so we can have students ready to go when their classes start, sometimes before their high school starts up in the fall of 11th grade. Next slide. So to apply to the ACE program, like I said, currently in 10th grade at a participating Oakland County high school, the application process is a little lengthy, so we encourage you to get rolling on that. It's spelled out at oaklandace.org. My contact information will show up at the end of our presentation, and if you have questions about the application process, you can reach me in a number of ways. So that's my spiel on the program, but don't take my word for it. Listen to Misael Cruz, a program graduate now at Michigan Tech University.
Well, I'm Cruz. I came from the Oakland ACE program, and I'm currently at Michigan Technological University in Houghton, Michigan, up north in the UP. When I first found out about the ACE program, I was looking for different opportunities that could save my family some money. That's the main focus that I joined the ACE program, was that I wanted to save money in college. The ACE program really did help me with like my time management skills. It helped me with my resourcefulness. So being able to go out and talk to people, meet people, and just kind of say, hey, I have a goal and you could help me reach there. So let me talk to you. Let me, let me do this and that. So I think the ACE program really just helped us mature a lot faster. Well, I'd say if there's any students like out there that are thinking about getting into their OTEC or OEC or ACE or whatever other program that there is out there, I would say definitely do it. And it's not a waste of time, so it's not a way of escaping high school, but it's a way of growing up. I would definitely recommend the ACE program because the outcome after the years go by is like outstanding. If I'd have to summarize the ACE program in one word, I'd have to say it's a blessing.
And with that, it is my pleasure to introduce our third and final program director for the OTEC program. You haven't met him yet. You haven't had a chance. It's Ben Morin.
Well, thank you so much, Jim, and awesome, once again, to hear about the Oakland Early College program, the Oakland ACE program, and welcome parents and students. I'll talk a little bit about the Oakland Technical Early College. So what's different about our program? I think the biggest difference between our program and then Oakland ACE and Oakland Early College is that we combined a third entity. So we are a partnership of Oakland schools, so the 28 school districts in Oakland County, the 28 public school districts in Oakland County, the 4 Oakland schools technical campuses, and then Oakland Community College. So each school district has a technical campus that is an extension of the high school. Students attend CTE or career technical education programming at one of the campuses for half the day. And there's a number of different programs. And some of the programs at the technical campus include an optional early college option. And we'll explain a little bit more about those different pathways. So what is the Oakland Technical Early College? So for us, students will apply in 10th grade. And this is a 3-year program, similar to the ACE program that spans year 11 and 12, plus that one additional year of high school where the student is full-time at Oakland Community College. And then during that final year, students are finishing up their high school diploma, and then they're working towards an associate degree that's aligned with their career technical education program that they participated in at the Oakland Schools Technical Campus. So for our applicants, they must have a spot at the Oakland Schools Technical Campus in a program that has an early college option. And just a little bit more reason why is the state of Michigan has created a Going Pro campaign for the sizable workforce shortage that is projected to exist all the way through 2026. And a lot of the jobs that are going to be in need or are currently needed are in those emerging industries like IT, advanced manufacturing, healthcare, and automotive. And those are our primary pathways that we have for the Oakland Technical Early College. So really, there's over just 500,000 jobs projected to go unfilled or to be needed through the year 2026. And we're hoping that this program can give the students the skills and abilities to get into those in-demand workforce opportunities. So on your left-hand side, left-hand column, these are the Oakland Schools Technical Campus programs that students begin in 11th grade. Again, an extension of their high school day. And you'll notice that we have a variety, we have 10 different pathways, 10 different programs at the campus that have an early college option. In the middle is the OCC degree path. And you can see in the middle, the degree path, again, is aligned with what the student is taking at the campus. So you'll notice that, you know, a variety of the degree paths are in applied fields. So an applied science field, which really is intended to get the student prepared to enter the workforce. And then you'll also notice that there are some other degree path options, like our entrepreneurship and marketing program. That's aligned with an associate in business administration. That's really aligned to transfer into a 4-year business program. Or our engineering, robotics, and mechatronics. There's really 2 different options, more of an applied pathway in mechatronics or robotics, or an associate in science option, which is general science and math. It includes that full 30 credits of Michigan transfer agreement and really intended for a student that's thinking about a 4-year engineering path. So a variety pack in terms of how degrees apply, but there are transferables in each of these programs. It really just depends on what the student is going into after their 4-year program and where they're going. But again, a lot of emphasis on preparing for the workforce as well. So our program structure in grade 11, you spend a half day at the Oakland Schools Technical Campus. You spend a half day at your home high school. And then our students take 1 course each semester, usually in the evening or later afternoon, a 3 or a 4 credit course. And then in grade 12, which is year 2 of the program, students spend a half day at OSTC at the technical campus in their CTE program. This is really what they're passionate about. They love going into their mechatronics program, their collision program, information technology or welding, graphic design. And then most of our students are not back at their home high school for grade 12. And the big reason why is you can see that their OCC coursework picks up to about 3 courses each semester. And then that additional year of high school, year 3 of the program, the student is full-time each semester at OCC. So very similar to Oakland Early College and the Oakland ACE program, we do have built-in supports that are utilized. Seminar is our dedicated support class. In year 11 and 12, it takes place with our academic instructors right at the Oakland Schools Technical Campus. And this class is really geared on building a student's college readiness toolkit, really making them more of a successful college student throughout the program, even throughout the semester. So we're going to do academic and non-core content with the students, time management. We're going to even review a college syllabus. That's one of the first activities that we do, and really map out with the student what their schedule and what their class expectations are throughout the semester. We'll do progress checks and requirement reviews. And then we rely on awesome support teams at Oakland Schools Technical Campus. They have a 4-person student support team. Home high school support, which includes obviously their instructors, their counseling staff, other supports that are part of a student's program of study. And then we really rely on the supports that are offered through Oakland Community College. We will rely on the OCC counselors to help students with scheduling and transferability, or choosing between a math class that they would be eligible for. A variety of different supports that our OCC counselors provide. The Academic Support Center, which provides tutoring, it provides different seminars on different topics, and also it provides study groups as well for certain classes. And then our Access Center for any students with a disability. So our students will a variety of pathways after they complete the program. So we'll have students that go off to a four-year university, but we have a lot of our students that get into the workforce and continue with a wonderful entry-level career that's high demand, high wage, and high skill. We just had a student picked up by Fanuc Robotics. This is a year 13 student. She's part of our current cohort, almost ready to graduate at the end of this semester. She doesn't have her high school diploma yet. She doesn't have her associate degree. She'll earn both of those in about a month, but she just got picked up with Fanuc Robotics as a robotic technician, which has the ability to continue to work up and really be a career avenue with lots of expansion throughout. We have a student at Hero Tech that's actually, Hero Tech is paying for that student to attend Lawrence Tech and work towards their engineering degree, and Hero Tech is paying for it. She's a junior designer at Hero Tech. We have students that are working at Oakland schools in the technology department. We have 3 student interns at Sarsfield Tech in cybersecurity support, engineering technicians. We have a diesel technician at One Stop, machinists and welders at Williams. So a variety of what students decide on going into after the program. So this is our website, ostconline.com/early-college. Students or parents, if you are or have a current 10th grade student that's attending the campus next fall or this upcoming fall, our application is open to apply for the Oakland Technical Early College if the student knows they have a space at the technical campus. So we're actually going to welcome back Garrett Brewer. He was a student just last year that finished the program, the Oakland Technical Early College program last year. This was a student, he talked about articulated credit. He actually earned 11 credits of articulation and graphic design by taking programming at the technical campus. So he was able to apply that to his associate in applied science graphic design focused degree. And he was also a student that worked throughout the program. He worked at a company called Dialogue Direct, which is an online advertising marketing company. It helps businesses. And he worked his way up to a program manager, which was awesome. He started as a work-based learning opportunity. So let's hear from Garrett and his experience with the Oakland Technical Early College.
So career experiences, I was one of the lucky ones. Through connections I already had in the professional world, I was able to land an internship and then a job in my field very quickly and very easily through the skills that I learned with CTE in early college. So before I was even halfway done with college, I was already doing my internship there. And it taught me a lot about the professional world and a lot about the work world. Professionalism, leadership, time management were all built upon. I had some of those skills through the early college program, and then the professional world definitely reinforced those. it was, again, a trial by fire because I was a young person coming into this particular job who handled some big projects. I directed the creative team for an entire project with another department. Pretty much all by myself. I was handling all the creative assets. I was handling all the coordination. It was a lot, but I am definitely more assertive. I have better leadership skills, better time management skills. So, I mean, my work experiences definitely have helped me not only get through college as well, because I was able to better interact with my teachers and my fellow students who were sometimes a lot older than me. I was able to talk with them better and get their life experiences to help me as well. So my personal work experience really was beneficial.
Thank you, Garrett, for his thoughts. And we would like to welcome back Dr. Brown.
Thank you, Ben, for that wonderful overview about Oakland Technical Early College. The next slide, we want to just give you a little summary of the early college support that we have available at Oakland Community College. And this is for all of our programs. We don't want you to let college intimidate you. You know why? Because the supports are there to make sure that you succeed. We have counselors, we have student support specialists, we have school to career facilitators. All of these people are dedicated to making sure that you succeed. Now let's hear from one of our counselors, Dr. Mary Thomas, who's going to talk to you about the student supports that are available on the campus of Oakland Community College.
There are several services here at the college our dual enrollment students can take advantage of. The first one is counseling. We do have licensed professional counselors here at OCC for not just our regular students, but for our dual enrollment students. They can assist in not just class planning, but also career planning and ensuring transferability of classes. We also have our academic support center, which provides tutoring support for almost every subject that we offer at the college. And it also provides seminars for students to take advantage of, such as time management or stress management, or focusing on different styles of writing like MLA or APA, depending on what the course is. Finally, we do have an access office that provides services and accommodations for our students with IEPs and or 504s. Meeting with a counselor, we are happy to explore the resources to support not just our regular students, but our dual enrollment students in their academic success.
Thank you, Mary, for that information and overview about OCC's support services. The next slide will summarize the art of articulation. Again, it means you have successfully completed a CTE or career technical education class, and then you claim the credit for an equivalent course at OCC, which will save you time and money. And then when you delve into dual enrollment or early middle college, remember these differences, because dual enrollment, next slide, is not early middle college, and early middle college is not the same as dual enrollment. With dual enrollment, it's a student who wants a challenge. There is a cap of 10 courses that you can take while in high school if you're a traditional dual enrolled student, and it's only available for grades 9 through 12. You can earn college credits toward your degree. It can save you time and money, of course. Then with the early middle college, it will benefit those first-time college students especially, or students who might thrive with those targeted supports. It does add an additional 5th year onto your high school year, but the return on that investment is really huge. It allows for graduation at the end of a super senior year with a diploma and an associate's degree. In fact, many students can earn, I've seen students earn 2 and 3 associate degrees at the end of their early middle college experience. The majority of the courses are taken right on our college campus, and there are plenty of support services, as you heard Dr. Thomas talk about. And with early middle college, there's really no limits on the credits that you can earn. So again, all of these programs will save you time and money. Next slide. So as we talked about all of these questions, all of these resources and supports and all of these programs, we wanted to let you know that more than 32,000 students in Michigan take advantage of early middle college and dual enrollment. And here's a fun statistic that's really interesting. 98% of high school students graduate on time who are enrolled in dual enrollment in early middle college versus 83.8% who are not dual enrollment in early middle college students. That's a big difference. So that means that those supports really do work in helping students get to the finish line and really obtain that associate's degree that so many of them crave and will help them move on to a four-year university. So are there questions in the chat box? Feel free to put them there if you have any questions or would like to follow up with any of our speakers. Meanwhile, I do want to thank our student testimonials from Garrett, from Sakura, from Charlene and Misael. They all did a fantastic job talking about their experiences, and they also talked about the commitment that was necessary. They talked about how it made you more assertive and the leadership skills that it taught you. And what I heard a couple of students say, just do it. Again, don't let college intimidate you, but take full advantage of it while you can now, so you can accelerate that college and high school experience. Now, if there aren't any questions, I do want to ask Jim Troost and maybe follow up with our other two speakers. Jim, can you tell us about the ratio of males to females inside of Oakland ACE? Talk a little bit about that for us.
Well, currently our enrollment is about 65% female. And we're always looking for and encouraging male applicants to do the program. It's a national trend. It's not anything Oakland County related. There's a national trend that the college campuses are seeing more and more of the scales tilting on the female side, which is a great thing. But we also need to get our young men educated as well. So not quite sure all the elements at play, but if there's any young men out there considering the program, if you've got questions, if you're not sure about any aspect of the program, just reach out to any one of us, and we can hopefully put some of those concerns to rest.
Thanks, Jim. And there's a question from Stephen in the chat box. Will you please explain a little more about what a student must do or complete at his or her local high school before they seek dual enrollment opportunities? And so I do know that a lot of counselors, when they look for students to take dual enrollment, they have to make sure, number one, that they do pretty well in their English courses, because English is a gateway course. Your literacy and your writing skills are really important in terms of being successful in your dual enrollment courses. And I think we have Renee Henson on the webinar too. She's one of our counselors who is at Oakland Community College, and maybe she can help chime in with that a little bit more. But of course, math is important. Maturity level is important in terms of qualifying for dual enrollment. Most times your counselor will look for your attendance record and make sure that you haven't missed too many days, because what we don't want to happen is to have a student come to take a college course and then not show up. And what if the district has already paid for that class for you? That means the district might waste their money. And so we don't want that to happen. So before you take that dual enrollment course, make sure you talk to your counselor, make sure you find out if you meet all of the qualifications to really enroll in dual enrollment, and then talk about what classes make sense for you in your schedule, because you want to make sure it fits with your Michigan merit curriculum, that you have all of your graduation requirements in line. And we don't want you to get to your senior year and figure out, oh, I missed a class for my graduation requirement, but you still have this college class that you have to take on top of that. So make sure you talk to your counselor. And I'm sure each of you have an educational development plan. If you're a student in Michigan, that's required by law. Once you get to the 7th grade and enter the 8th grade, you have to have an educational development plan. Inside of that plan, you're going to list out all of your classes, all of your courses that you might want to take in college. And you will also translate that to OCC and it becomes an academic plan. So we like to tell students all the time to plan your work and then work your plan. That will help you get to the finish line along with the help of your counselor at the high school and our counselors here at Oakland Community College. So great question, Stephen. Thank you. So Ashley, let me ask you the same question that I asked Jim earlier. What's your ratio of females to males inside of the Oakland Early College?
We are definitely similar to Oakland ACE. I would say even the percentage of females to males is a bit higher in our program. And so we would really love to see some male applicants for fall of 2021.
Thank you. So young men, don't let college intimidate you. You can do it. Just sign up, go talk to your counselor, and we'll be happy to help you get to that finish line and your goal of achieving an associate's degree. And Ben, let me ask you the same question too. Can you tell us about the ratio of males to females inside of Oakland Technical Early College?
Yeah, I think we're, in terms of Oakland Technical Early College, it's actually flipped. It's about 65% males and 35% female. And those demographics really align with the student body at the Oakland Schools Technical Campus. In programs like machining, welding, engineering, we want to see more females that enter the programs at OSTC. And then obviously that apply to the early college as well. Currently, we have 3 female welders right now in the program, and they're doing awesome. And our females tend to have more opportunity with employers as well in those non-traditional fields. So any of our students with that additional training, that additional education is going to help when you're moving into your career path, giving that technical training that's wanted by employers. But if you're a non-traditional student in a certain pathway, like welding or machining, collision, you're gonna engineering, robotics, mechatronics, and a non-traditional student in those paths, being a female student in those paths, you are gonna have even more opportunity as employers are looking to balance their workforce as well and have equal numbers of females and males with their staffing. So.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting how it's flipped at the CTE area in terms of males and female.
Yeah, our other areas like business, graphic design, IT, so computer programming, are split pretty 50-50, females and males. So.
All right, so Jim, I'm going to go back to you and ask another question since we have a few minutes left about seminar. And I know that the seminar feature is one of it's a hallmark really of all early middle college programs. Can you tell us more about what a seminar is and how it helps with college readiness?
Sure. Starting in 11th grade, in the ACE program, our seminar is weekly, 90 minutes. We offer seminars at OCC on campus when there's not a pandemic, which we hope is the case in the fall. And it is a place where we establish our culture, and students can commiserate with their peers. Like I said before, we do deliver a college success curriculum. We focus on communication with instructors. We focus on note taking, time management, stress management, those types of topics. But we're also, monitoring progress and talking to students about how things are going in their classes, matching them up with other students who may be taking the same class with just a different section or something. And they talk with each other about their experiences, so and they learn, oh, that sounds interesting. Oh, well, maybe I'll take that class next semester. That type of thing. So seminar is what really makes it a program. It's where they come together and share their experiences and get the support or steered toward. We're not tutoring. We're not counselors. We're saying, okay, go to talk to your instructor about that. Go see a counselor about that. Go to the academic support center about that. Sometimes actually walking them down the hall to the academic support center and signing them up for tutoring, whatever it takes.
Well, I know that you do whatever it takes to make sure the student succeeds. So thanks for explaining that seminar feature of your early middle college program at Oakland ACE. And let's go back to Ms. Larkin for a minute. I want to ask Ms. Larkin, because I've had the opportunity to meet a lot of the Oakland Early College students. And one thing that I've noticed is that they have an air of confidence about them. They have a leadership qualities that they exhibit on a regular basis. And they just appear to be really, really sharp students. My question is, do they come to you that way? And do you shape them? Or do you have to do you do something special? Tell us about that.
So that's a great question. I honestly would say both in my short time of being at OEC. So because of the application process, we really want to ensure fit. And I think that there is a level of maturity that's needed when taking college courses. But we really have the opportunity to shape and mold our students and help them grow throughout their time in the program, both through our community time, through our town hall meetings, through our focus class, which is our version of seminar from 9th through 12th grade. Our students will take focus as an elective. And then in their 13th grade year, that title changes to seminar. And so throughout all of those different features that we have in our program, we are really able to work with students on taking leadership roles, what it means to not only be a great student, but also a great person.
Very good. Good to know. And my last question is going back to Ben. Ben, can you talk a little bit about this STEMI 18-wheeler truck I've been hearing about that the Oakland ISD is coming out with? Do you know anything about that? Can you tell us about the STEMI?
Yeah, so, I'm imagining we have a variety of age ranges on the call tonight in regards to the parents and their students in different grades. And the STEMI, Driving Career Readiness, is the motto, is a fully mobile semi-truck that will be visiting each of the 28 school districts for 1 week. It'll be set up and it will allow students in the district to go out onto the semi and explore a variety of different stations, focusing on the 5 most in-demand industries based on data and statistics in the state of Michigan. So healthcare, IT, advanced manufacturing, transportation, mobility, logistics, that's all in one, and then construction. So students will get to interact and get a little snippet of career pathway opportunities that they can hopefully then explore more in depth through additional programming later on. So
right.
We're excited about that newest offering to bring STEM education into all districts.
Right to the district. That is amazing. Yeah. So we're out of time now. We want to go to the next slide and just offer everybody our contact information. There it is on the screen. So if you have questions about Oakland ACE, Oakland Early College, or Oakland Tech, or just general questions about dual enrollment, feel free to reach out to us. And again, all the people registered on the call for this webinar will get a link following the webinar so that you will have resources available at your fingertips. Thank you again for joining us. And we wish you the very best in your college and high school experience. Thanks for being here with the Power Hour. Have a good day.